Hey y'all, it's Shani, Certified Feline Training and Behavior Specialist with Wild at Heart, and let's talk about the main reasons why your cat is not using their litter box. Are they spayed or neutered? Because if they're not, they are most likely going to spray. It is an instinctual behavior that you will not be able to stop until you get them fixed. Anytime your cat is having issues with their litter box, whether they are pooping or peeing outside of it, you need to do a vet check first. We need to make sure that your cat is medically healthy before we do any behavioral intervention. Cats are super prone to urinary issues. They can get UTIs, crystals, blockages. It's very important you take your cat to the vet the first time you see them have a litter box issue. If your cat is eliminating right next to the litter box, that leads me to believe that they do know where they are supposed to go to the bathroom, but there is something that's keeping them from using that box. It's either the type of box you're using, the size of the box, whether it's covered or not, how many boxes you have, where they're located, and what type of litter that you're using. It can also mean that your boxes aren't clean. Studies show that cats do not like stepping on their elimination. They also don't like if it's really smelly. You should be scooping your boxes at least 2 times a day. Going right outside of the litter box can also be an indication of some sort of negative association. So maybe your cat had diarrhea or a stomach ache. They used the bathroom and it was really painful for them to eliminate. Well, now they associate that pain with that litter box. If you have cats that are urinating or spraying around the house, that can be an indication of territorial insecurity or some sort of stressor inside the house, whether it's another cat, dog, human being, and also realize that you might have cats that are lurking around your house that are stressing your cat out. It's quite common in my experience for cats to pee on couches and beds when they live with dogs. I have an entire video about dogs and cats coexisting. I encourage you to watch that video. Because our cats don't speak our language, this is oftentimes how they communicate to us. They will urinate or defecate outside of the litter box to let you know something is wrong, either medically, environmentally, or emotionally, that's causing them to go outside of their box. So many people think that cats will urinate and defecate outside of their box for spite. And I hate to break it to you, but this is not an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and cats do not spite, defecate, and urinate. Cats will spray and urinate outside of their box to mark their territory, but they also do it because it makes them feel safe. If they are in a territory that they don't feel like they have ownership over, they are feeling territorially insecure, they will urinate on that spot just so they know, yes, I belong here, this is mine, this is my safe place. Let's talk about some solutions. If you are looking at your litter boxes, you should have extra large, uncovered litter boxes. You should have 1 litter box per cat plus 1. So if you have 1 cat, you should have 2 boxes. If you have 2 cats, you should have 3 boxes. These boxes should be spread throughout your home, not in the same area, and they should not be in dark and enclosed places or next to noisy appliances. They should be placed in open areas so cats feel very safe when they are eliminating. They can see all the threats that possibly could be approaching them. Unfortunately, most of the boxes that are sold in stores are just not big enough. A lot of people are taking extra large storage bins, cutting an entryway, not putting the top on, obviously, and making that into a litter box. It has high sides if you have a cat that likes to dig around or make a mess, or cats that spray or just pee on the walls. Your cat's litter boxes are one of their most prized resources, so we don't want to skimp. We want to get them the best of the best. And anytime we are making changes to their litter box, it's always best to buy a new box and add versus removing or moving specific boxes. We want to do changes really slow. The type of litter that you use matters. Remember, cats evolved from the African wildcat. They would be eliminating in a sandy substrate. The litter that you're using should mimic sand as best as possible, and it should be unscented. And you need to be scooping those boxes at least 2 times a day. Litter box issues can be a little bit more complicated when you have some sort of stressor in your home, because first you need to identify what the stressor is, and number 2, you need to resolve what that stressor is. And so it might take a little bit of an investigation on your part. Cats are very territorial, and this is one of the main reasons reasons why we want multiple litter boxes if you have multiple cats, and why we need them spread throughout the home. And one thing that comes up quite often is the layout of your home. If you have a long hallway with 3 bedrooms and all of the litter boxes are in those bedrooms, in your mind, you're thinking, well, they're spread out. They're in separate bedrooms. You need to look at it from the cat's perspective. You have created a bottleneck situation where literally one cat can just sit in that hallway and guard all 3 boxes. And sometimes litter box issues are such an easy fix. I cannot tell you how many people have said to me, my cat will pee on clothes if I leave them on the floor, towels if I leave them on the floor. And I always ask, if you don't leave clothes or towels on the floor, does your cat pee on anything else? And they say no. Well, then don't leave things on the floor. It's such an easy fix. Also, simply adding a box to where your cat is having improper elimination can fix the problem. Your cat is communicating to you, this is where I want to eliminate. I am feeling territorially insecure. I need a place to mark my territory. You putting a box there is giving them the opportunity to mark their territory appropriately. If there are community cats that are around your house and yard, you can buy some humane deterrents on Amazon. Also, if you are feeding community cats, I love that. I think it's great to support community cats where they are. Just make sure to feed them off of your property. The 2 biggest things that you should absolutely not do if your cat has litter box issues: number 1, not take them to the vet. Number 2, punish them. And punishment can look like spraying them with water, yelling at them, locking them in a room or a cage. They have not forgotten how to use a litter box. You don't need to retrain them how to use a litter box. They are telling you something is wrong. And can you imagine if your cat is already incredibly stressed out, what punishment is going to do to them? It's just going to make it worse. Remember, cat urine is highly concentrated. That's why it smells so bad. You have to use an enzymatic cleaner. If you don't use an enzymatic cleaner, your cat will continue to smell their urine in those places and continue to mark those areas.